Welcome to the Widget Data Security Plan. My name is Steve Geier. This is June 27th, 2012. Here's a picture of our network topology. As you can see, it is divided into 4 distinct areas: the unsecure zone, the IDMZ, the corporate LAN, and the Security Operations Center, or the SOC. Each zone is separated from other zones by a pair of firewalls. From a network architecture view, there are 4 layers of increasing security in this model. The firewalls are the heart of the increasing security plan. Each layer of firewalls is from a different manufacturer. The reason for this is that any holes exposed by one firewall will be covered by the next firewall. Also, you will notice that the management port of each firewall goes directly into the SOC. This is so that the management of the firewalls, to manage the firewalls, you would have to have access into the SOC. All of the network equipment and most of the servers are located behind locked doors and racks. So the layered security approach is also evident in the physical security of the architecture. The general public is filtered out at the entrance of the building by a security guard. This is the first layer. Only network and Windows admins are allowed into the locked rooms, adding a second physical layer of security. And finally, only the shift lead has key access to the racks. This, of course, is the third layer of physical security. In the unsecure area, everything is focused on availability. Access to the internet is granted through 2 dual-homed dual ISP routers. What this means is that if one router goes down, dynamic routing will automatically switch paths to the other router. Also, if an ISP goes down for some reason, we can go to the backup ISP. Cisco IPSLA will be used to determine the availability of either ISP. Next, there are a pair of stacked Cisco 3750 switches. What is a stacked switch? Special cables on the back of the switches allow the administrator to connect the backplanes of the switches. This allows the 2 switches to appear as one switch to the outside world, but because everything is dual connected, the availability is increased. This lowers the administration costs but increases the availability. The switches are connected to the 2 routers but are also connected to the 2 firewalls. The switches are set up so that one port will mirror the active port of the link going to the IDMZ. The Cisco IPS machine is set to promiscuous mode. Keep in mind that the dual connectivity is not for load balancing but for availability only. One of the interesting features of the unsecure area is that the management of the IPS is linked to the Security Operations Center. This is not a backdoor, as the link from the IPS to the switch only monitors traffic and no traffic flows between that port and the management port. Another aspect of the physical security is that because of all the equipment is located in the same room, Telnet and SSH are turned off on the routers and switches. The only access is via the console. Next, we have the DMZ area. The gateway into the DMZ area is a pair of McAfee enterprise firewalls that also act as proxy servers. The server's IP addresses are NATed for the outside world. These firewalls are configured in high availability mode. This means that one firewall is actively filtering traffic and the other is in a stateful standby, ready in case of failure. Availability is still very important in the IDMZ area. This is why there are dual firewalls and stacked switches. The servers have dual NICs and have teaming enabled. Teaming is a feature that allows a dual NIC to act as one NIC. The servers still have one IP address, but they are connected to 2 switches. Confidentiality and integrity of the data becomes increasingly important in the IDMZ. The IDMZ is the buffer between the internet and the corporate LAN. The servers in the IDMZ have a good deal of data on them that we want to maintain the integrity of. The servers have the latest antivirus, anti-spyware, and anti-malware software loaded on them. The AV server is configured to automatically update, and the servers have overlapping scans. What I mean by this is that Symantec Antivirus has anti-spyware and anti-malware scanning software as part of their package, but we will also overlap this protection with a second anti-spyware and anti-malware software from other vendors such as Spybot or Malwarebytes, just to give another layer of protection. Unlike the unsecure zone, the management ports, like the unsecure zone, the management ports of the firewalls are connected directly to the SOC, and the switches are only accessible via console cable. Because no security plan is 100%, and because drives fail, computers fail, data can just get corrupted, the servers are backed up nightly via a management VLAN directly to a storage server in the SOC.